Hello friends and family, Seraphis here. Now I have been asked to do a little promo, a little introduction to my tarot tutorial series, and so that's what I will be providing to you today. This is a love story, a love between a girl and her tarot cards. So my first introduction, let's see, when I was a child, I don't ever remember my mom using her tarot cards. I don't ever remember seeing them out around the house. But when I was about 7, maybe 8 years old, I was going through her drawers, as young children are wont to do, and I came across her tarot deck. And I knew it was special because it was in the same drawer as her magic seeds that were in a film canister, and of course her diaphragm. All the important pieces of life, right? So at that time, I asked my mom, what are these cards? They're so pretty. And she said that I was too young to learn about them, but when I got older, she was going to make sure to teach me. Now, unfortunately, mental illness took her ability to teach me the tarot, but I found it nonetheless. Well, it was more than 10 years ago at this point. I was practicing Reiki and trying to develop my skills and getting into connecting to my intuitive abilities. And I went to see my acupuncturist who was helping me maintain my energy. And one day I went into her office and she said, "Here, these are for you." And I said, "Oh, I don't read tarot cards." And she said, "You do now." So thank you, Janet, for introducing me to my deck, which is the Robin Wood Tarot deck. And that's the deck that I have learned on, that I have practiced on, that I have worked with. It's essential to my work and my life at this point. It is the deck that you will see me out and about with and that I use in my personal readings. So then, let's see, about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, 2011, I was charged with rescuing my mom and saving her from the home in which she was hoarding. And I got her safe and then went about trying to save as many of the precious items of ours from her home. And I was lucky enough to find, amidst all of her things, her deck. So this deck is a Albano weight deck, and she purchased it in New Hope, which for those of you who don't know is only about 15 minutes away from where I live currently. She bought the deck in 1968, and I've never used it to do any readings because it's my mom's deck, and I'm not ready for it to be anything other than that for the time being. So it sits in a place of honor on my altar. And so recently, just about a month ago, I was contacted by a very old family friend who she and her husband had lived with me and my mom when I was little, right at the time when I found those tarot cards. But we had lost each other through the years, having a lot to do with my mom's mental illness. And unfortunately, her husband, Paul, who happened to be a reader, passed away a number of years ago. And she had a pile of his cards, and she wanted to know if I would like to inherit them. And I was so excited to receive them. She shipped them off to me, wrapped in this lovely shirt, and embraced with a ton of love. Thank you so much, Teresa. And thank you, Paul, as well. So now I have all these beautiful, beautiful decks, and I want to share them, and I want to get to know them. And so that's what I'm doing with the tarot tutorials. I'll be taking a look at the Sacred Rose Tarot. These are so rich and lush. I love all the coloring in these decks. The Tarot Universal Dolly. All the art on these cards are done by Salvador Dali, which is so much fun. The Karma Tarot, which was created by a woman in Europe who used her fellow artists and Carnival community as her models when she was painting her deck. I have the round Mother Peace Tarot. I have Tarot of the Ages, which is heavily influenced by Atlantean, Egyptian, and Native cultures. I have an Aleister Crowley Thoth deck, where the art is painted by Lady Harris. A wonderful Native American deck, where a woman of Native descent decided to combine her love of tarot and her culture. I then have the Prediction Tarot deck, which really makes me think of Doctor Who. And then this one, the Soleon Tarot, which has some really interesting art on it. So basically what I'm doing at this point is I'm going through the major arcana one by one, doing about a 10-minute video, sharing meanings and interpretations and, of course, the art, as well as suggesting what the tone and the message might be for each of these cards. And if you are interested in watching my series, you can do so through my Patreon page. The link is attached, and I certainly really appreciate the opportunity to carry on with this beautiful offering of love and knowledge and tarot. And I hope to see you on my page soon. Thank you so much and have a marvelous day.